El Camino has a dress code, but as we all know, it's not very strictly enforced. This gives the student of ECR the ability to express themselves through their clothing and makes El Camino a very fashionable school. Now, let's look at some of the students' drip.
What a wonderful...
What's your name?
Talia.
My name is Min.
Hunter.
My name is Haley.
Alessia Garofoli.
Explain your drip.
So my top right now, I thrifted it, but it's from Gap. It's like a pink satin shirt with like lace. And then I have like a white pleated skirt and it's from AliExpress. And then my shoes are just Nike Air Forces.
Peep the drip. All right, I got the tank top and some camo pants.
Casual pants or sweatpants and a shirt.
So, these are just Converse, regular Converse. I got this on a website online on Instagram. This is from my mom's closet. I always take my mom's clothes. She has very nice style. That's basically it.
Alright, my shirt is from Shein. My skirt is thrifted. My cardigan is thrifted. My shoes are Doc Martens.
If the dress code were more enforced, how would that affect your style?
It would affect my style because I would not be able to wear half of my clothes to school if the dress code was more enforced. Just because they're a little bit more strict on girls and like what they wear, especially if they're showing like too much skin.
But this is actually not allowed with dress code. So I think that's bullshit. And I think this fire-ass fit should not be punished, right? Like, look at me, I'm kind of drippy, all right?
I wouldn't be able to wear sweatpants. I want to wear sweatpants.
I cannot wear this skirt because it's low my fingers. I'm not sure what the dress code really says. This is also a tank top. I probably wouldn't be able to wear this, but I'm wearing a jacket over it.
Probably wouldn't be able to wear these tank tops. And like tights, like fishnets, I guess, because they're considered like provocative.
Do you have anything to say to the dress code?
The one thing I would say to the dress code is that it shouldn't be targeted towards females as much because there's guys who wear muscle tees or you could see the inside of their abs and stuff, but they don't get dress coded. But if a girl has a top too short, she'll get dress coded. So it should be more equal.
Well, if they don't allow sweatpants, that's kind of dumb.
I know a lot other schools have a very strict dress code, and so their freedom to wear whatever they want is really restricted. So that's what I really like about ELCO, that we have a lot of freedom with our style.
I think dress code is very sexist, and it's aimed at more voluptuous women. Not even. Like, what is so uncomfortable and like sexual about shoulders or stomach or boobs? Boobs are meant to feed children. They're not meant for you to look at. So I just think it also teaches girls to feel ashamed of their bodies, which is not what we're trying to prove here. We're trying to embrace ourselves and empower each other. And I think for the faculty to do that, number one, it's very uncomfortable for them to dress code because it means that they're looking at you in that way, which is not cute. But moral of the story, dress code.
Hi, I'm Lotta.
Hi, I'm Talia.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
And we're from El Camino Reality.
Vaccine hesitancy. How have we gotten to this point?
Americans are getting infected with COVID-19 at 10 times the rate needed to end the pandemic.
A deadly escalation of anti-vaccine propaganda in politics and on TV.
There is no evidence that I can see that a pandemic exists.
As of September 20th, 2021, there are recorded 42.1 million cases and 647,000 deaths across the U.S. due to COVID-19. Since the beginning of this outbreak, the grim number of Americans who've succumbed to the virus continues to increase.
Due to Americans' doubt and fear about taking the COVID-19 vaccine, the media and politicians have played on those doubts and fears by making it a political issue rather than a health one.
I feel like a vaccination, in a weird way, is just generally kind of going against nature.
These groups of supporters use platforms such as Facebook to further spread this misinformation, making the vaccine even more politicized.
This vaccination is experimental and not FDA approved, and we are here to stand up not only for us, but for our children, our families, and generations to come.
Conspiracy theories would be made by the same people to justify why they aren't getting vaccines. One of those conspiracy theories is ivermectin. According to NPR.org, this medication is meant to combat parasitic diseases, generally within animals. Ivermectin can cause more long-term health issues, such as liver or kidney damage. The conservative media, such as Fox News, has cemented many more vaccine conspiracy theories and misinformation into a majority of the public's understanding of the virus.
It makes you think, once you think about it, that maybe none of this is really about COVID. Maybe it's about social control.
We all need to realize that this is not a political issue, and it never was. This is and always has been a health issue, so no matter your political stance, if you can, you should get vaccinated.
99% of the people dying right now are unvaccinated.
To receive your first dose of the vaccine, you can visit the CDC website to find a vaccination location near you.
Hey, I'm Esteban.
Hey, this is Sam.
This is El Camino Reality.
This week we're interviewing the girls' volleyball team.
I'm here with
Amaya.
What position do you play?
I play an outside.
I'm here with
Larissa.
So, what position do you play?
Libero.
I'm here with
Grace.
What position do you play?
I'm an outside and opposite.
What are the team's strengths this season?
I think we're really good at playing together as a team and really fighting for every ball.
Our team strength would be blocking is a big one in passing.
Our team strengths, defense and service.
What challenges does the team face this season?
This season, whenever we're in a game setting and we get in a deficit, we tend to lose communication.
Since we're a shorter team, we have to work 10 times harder than any other team that we challenge, so that would probably be one of our challenges this season. Our height, we're like one of the smaller teams.
Oh